Hello and welcome everyone to this lecture of company law. Now, section 127 basically is about punishment for failure to distribute dividends within 30 days. So what will be the punishment that a company will have to bear in case they fail to make the payment of dividend within the prescribed time limit? So without wasting any time, let's get into section 127. First of all, section 127 would speak about two main things. First, it will prescribe the time limit within which the dividends have to be paid to the shareholders. Secondly, it will also provide for punishment for failure to distribute dividend on time, which is already prescribed. What will be the time limit and the punishment for failure is what will be covered under section 127. The first part is about time limit for distribution of dividends. What will be the time limit for the same? It is very, very simple that once the company declares its dividend, one concept is very clear to us from this chapter is that once the company declares the dividend, it cannot withdraw the same. The company has to then pay the dividend which is declared. And if the company does not pay the dividend declared, then in that case, the punishment will come into place. Hence, once the company declares the dividend, the company will have to pay the dividend, or through dividend warrant must be posted within how many days? Within 30 days from the date of declaration of the dividend. So the time limit which is given is 30 days from the date of declaration of the dividend. Now, in case the company does not make any dividend payment or posts its dividend warrant within 30 days, in that case, there will be punishment which will be leviable. But if the company makes the payment of dividend directly to the accounts of the shareholders within the 30 days, then there will be no punishment, as there is no default. Also, the company has a second option, that is to post the dividend warrant to the shareholders. Now, this dividend warrant shall also be posted to the shareholders within 30 days. The important point over here to note is that the dividend warrant shall be posted by the company. The offense is not on the basis of the receipt of the dividend warrant within 30 days. It is on the basis of whether it is posted to the shareholders within 30 days. So, the offense is committed by the company only if it fails to post the dividend warrant at the registered address of the shareholder within 30 days of the days of declaration. Both these points are clear. First point is that within 30 days you have to make the payment of dividend which is declared. Second point is if you are making it directly to the accounts of the shareholder within 30 days, then there is no default. But in case you want to send dividend warrants to the shareholders, then those dividend warrants shall be posted within 30 days. And if it is not posted within 30 days, then in that case, an offense will be committed and punishment will be leviable. I hope these scenarios are very, very clear to you. As I told you that the company's liability would end once they post the dividend warrant. Whether it is received by the shareholders within the prescribed time will not be the measure for attraction of punishment. So non-receipt of dividend warrant by the shareholder within the prescribed time does not attract punishment. Punishment will be attracted if it is not posted within 30 days. Okay, so I hope this time limit is very, very clear to you. Now, what is the punishment that we are speaking about? So in case of failure to distribute the dividend within 30 days, the punishment is provided under section 127. And this punishment basically is that every director who is knowingly a party to the default will be punishable with imprisonment of a maximum of 2 years. And he shall also be liable to pay minimum fine of 1,000 rupees for every day of default from the date of default. That is, after the expiry of 30 days, each day of default will result into a penalty of a minimum of 1,000 rupees per day till the dividend is paid. So this is for the director. And the director shall knowingly be a party to the default. That means if a director does not know of such default, then in that case, if he proves that in the court of law, then he will not be liable for such punishment. Okay, so we are clear about the liability of director. Director will be liable for minimum of 2 years and minimum fine of 1,000 rupees per day of default. Now, as far as company is concerned, company will be liable to pay simple interest. Along with the dividend, company will have to pay simple interest of 18% per annum during the period for which the default continues. So I hope this punishment point is clear from both director's angle and from the company's angle. Now there are some exemptions, some scenarios where exemption is provided to the company, where the company would be said to not have committed such a default. Let us go through them. Now, the first exemption is if the dividend could not be paid due to operation of any law. The government has, due to any emergency situation or any circumstances, come up with a law due to which the company is not able to pay the dividend. So there is no default from the company. It is not because of the fault of the company that dividend is not paid, but because of an operation of any law. Hence, the company will be exempted from such punishment. Secondly, if the shareholder gives the company a direction other than what the company was giving. So if the company normally will be crediting the amount of dividend to the accounts of the shareholder on a particular date, but the shareholder has intimated the company to distribute the dividend to him in some other manner, and such other manner cannot be complied by the company, then it will be presumed that the company is not at fault, hence it will be exempted from the punishment of such default. Now the second point is also clear to you. The third point is if there is a dispute regarding the right to receive dividend. So this one of the dispute we have discussed in section 126, where the company is confused as to whether the amount shall be given to the transferor or transferee in case of an instrument of transfer, which is not yet registered. So such kind of disputes, if there are existing, then if the company does not pay within the time limit of 30 days, then it would be exempted from punishment. So the third point is about dispute which is existing. The fourth point is if there is some amount which is due from the shareholder to the company, and the company adjusts such amount which is due from the shareholder and pays the remaining or balance amount as dividend, then for whatever amount the company has adjusted and not paid will not be said to be defaulted by the company, and the company will be exempted from such punishment also. Now this point is clear. Say if a particular shareholder A, has a due of 1,000 rupees to the company, okay, and the company is going to pay dividend of say 2,000 rupees, then the company will set off this 1,000 rupees against the payment of dividend of 2,000 rupees and pay Mr. A only an amount of the balance 1,000 rupees. For this 1,000 rupees which has been adjusted, it will be presumed that the company is exempted from any punishment or default for not paying such dividend. I hope the point number 4 is also clear. Point number 5 is if any other reason the failure to pay post-pay or post-dividend warrant within the prescribed time was not due to the default on the part of the company. That means the company could not pay the dividend or could not post the dividend warrant within the prescribed time limit of 30 days, not due to any fault of the company. This company has not committed any fault. There was some kind of an genuine reason due to which the company could not pay, which is out of the control or beyond the control of the company, and hence the company will be exempted from punishment under section 127. So I hope this section 127 is clear to you. Exemption of punishment is clear to you. There are 5 points for exemption. First is operation of law. Second, shareholder is given directions which cannot be complied by the company. Third is dispute which is existing. Fourth is the company has lawfully adjusted the amount against the dues from the shareholder. And the last is any other reason due to which the company is not able to pay or post dividend warrant which is not due to the fault of the company. So this concludes our chapter That is chapter number 8, which is payment of dividend, distribution and payment of dividend, and section 127. So we have covered all the sections, section 123, 124, 125, 126, and 127 of this particular chapter. Please go through all the provisions of this chapter very carefully, because at least one question is expected from this particular chapter. Okay, so that's it from me for this particular chapter. We'll be coming soon with more videos for the remaining chapters. Thanks a lot. Stay safe.